What is up, you guys, and welcome to a new series for College Football 25. Not a new series on my channel, but a new series for this game. We are bringing back the Imperialism Challenge with all 134 FBS teams, all the teams that were added, and it's gonna be fun. If you do not remember what it was, what we do is spin a wheel, spin an arrow, and that team plays whoever they have to play and they get territory. Just as an example, let me show you what I mean. Right now we are going to spin the wheel, and whatever team it lands on means that's the team that we are going to start, which we have BYU. So that means BYU will be the first team to try to take some territory, and then we go and spin the arrow to see where they are going to be headed, which looks like they're going to be going southwest. And then of course we go here and we see that BYU is going to play against Arizona State. So then we go into College Football 25, we sim the game, we watch if it's a close game, and let's say BYU pulls it out. That means BYU is going to take over the territory of Arizona State, and we grab Arizona State and we delete, and BYU has this entire territory now, which we keep doing that until there is one team left. Now, since they technically didn't lose their territory, we're going to put Arizona State back. But now you remember how it goes? Let's get into our first matchup. So our real first matchup of this Imperialism Challenge is going to be Boston College. And Boston College is going to be headed east, and normally Boston College would not be able to go east because in the old game UMass didn't exist, but UMass does exist in this game. So east for Boston College is going to be the University of Massachusetts. So Boston is going to go into, or Boston College, sorry, is going to go into the Minutemen and try to get a victory. All right, our first matchup is going to be between Boston College and University of Massachusetts. And it looks like it's going to be a snow game, as UMass is going to look to pull off this upset as they are going to play an ACC opponent. I guess we'll see if they can do it. They look excited. There goes Boston College. It's cold. It's snowy. That could be a problem. And at halftime, as you can see, Boston College is up 17-0. They are crushing the Minutemen right now. And it does look like Boston College is going to get the victory in this Snow Bowl here, as they don't even, I think they are going to snap it. They don't really have to, I don't think, but they are going to snap it. They're going to run the ball, and that is going to end the game. And congratulations to the Boston College Golden Eagles, as they are the first team to win an Imperialism Challenge in College Football 2025. I think that's pretty big. They've won 25 of these, which I don't doubt it, because UMass isn't really that good of a team. 103 yards, 3 touchdowns for Robichaux. What a game for Boston College. Congratulations. And what that means, Boston College is going to take this entire territory of UMass, and UMass has been eliminated. And the next team that is going to try to take some more territory is going to be the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama will be headed northeast, and let's see who they're going to have to face. And that little northeast is going to be the Iron Bowl, as Alabama is going to travel to Jordan-Hare and see if they can take over Auburn. A big game in the first episode of Imperialism Challenge. Here we go. It is the Iron Bowl, which hasn't happened yet this year, but it's getting close, as Auburn is going to be playing against Alabama. Alabama invading Jordan-Hare to try to get a territory, but can Auburn pull off that upset? Because in real life, Alabama's not really that great this year, so maybe Auburn can pull off that upset. but who knows? Let's get into it. And at halftime, as you can see, Auburn scored 14 points in the first quarter, but Alabama answered with 17 straight in the second. So Auburn is down by 3. Let's see if they can pull it out. And Auburn tried, but with under 50 seconds left, Alabama has a 31-14 lead. So Auburn tried to win the Iron Bowl, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Or I know it's not gonna happen because, yeah, the game's gonna be over. And there it is. Alabama does officially beat the Auburn Tigers, and they are the second team to gain some territory as they beat another rivalry game, which is kind of insane. We've had 2 games and both of them have been rivalries, but Alabama does win. So let's go give them their territory. So with that, Alabama is going to take Auburn's territory, and they beat their bitter rival. So that is another territory taken, as Alabama now has 1 and Boston College has 1. And the next team that's going to be trying to take some territory, let's see if it's going to be another rivalry game, as it looks like it is going to be the Oregon State Beavers. And the Oregon State Beavers are going to be headed southeast. And if you go based off of where the logo is, it is going to be another rivalry game, as the Oregon State Beavers are going to be taking on their rival in the Civil War, the Oregon Ducks. All right, here we go. Civil War. Here's the duck on the motorcycle, and the Oregon Ducks are coming in, and they're going to try to destroy their rival, which I think they usually do. Don't really know much about the Pac-12. I just know that Oregon is Oregon, and they are one of the best teams in the country. As you can see, they are number 1, and Oregon State is not, and they're still stuck in the Pac-12. But I guess they're gonna try. And at halftime, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be, as Oregon is only up 17-14. Oregon State they're fighting. All right, so Oregon State is down by 10 with 1:30 left. They are driving. Let's see if they can pull off the upset, but they're going to have to score twice very quickly. And I don't know if they'd be able to do it, but it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Right across the middle, and it's caught. They need to do a hurry up here. Y'all don't have time to be looking at the sideline, man. Y'all got to get a play and go. Goes it out in the flat, and they're going to have to call a timeout or something. I mean, okay, or just let the clock run. I guess that's fine too. I guess they gave up. Right towards the end zone, and they're almost there. They finally call a timeout. Their quarterback's thrown 3 interceptions today, which is probably the reason why they're not doing so hot. But if they can get in the end zone here, get a onside kick, you never know what's gonna. Okay, yep, I think the game is gonna be over. With 4 seconds left, they're going to try to make it a 3-point game, and they're not going to. And the Oregon Ducks have not been upset yet, as they are actually going to get the victory against their bitter rival, Oregon State, and get the big win, 38-28, which means Oregon has taken over the entire state of Oregon, because they beat their rival, and Oregon State has been eliminated. All right, after Oregon is the first team to successfully defend their own territory, who is going to be the next team to try to take some territory? And it's going to be James Madison. And where will JMU be headed? They will be headed southeast. So southeast for JMU is going to be the Liberty Flames. And here we are in Lynchburg, Virginia, to watch the James Madison Dukes come in and try to beat the Liberty Flame, as they're holding up the LU for Liberty University. Let's see which Virginia team is going to get the first territory, because Virginia is full of teams. And let's see who's going to be the first one to to win? Is it going to be the James Madison Dukes, or is it going to be the Liberty Flame? And at halftime, the Liberty Flame are up 14-0. James Madison's got to get some kind of comeback going here if they want to pull this one off. And with 34 seconds left, JMU is down by 2 touchdowns. I don't think they're going to pull it off, but you never know, because it looks like that's going to be a touchdown. JMU is fighting as they get into the end zone. It's a 7-point game now. They got to get that onside kick though. And here's the onside kick attempt, and Liberty is going to recover. So I think that's it. Liberty takes the knee, and they are going to win it as James Madison tries to go into Lynchburg and take some territory, but they didn't. James Madison put up a fight as they put up 20 points in the fourth quarter, but that still wasn't enough, as the Liberty Flame are going to beat the James Madison Dukes and be the first team in Virginia to steal some territory. Which means Liberty is going to take all of JMU's territory and have a actual big chunk of Virginia, as separated Virginia, Old Dominion, and Virginia Tech, split it right in half. But Liberty takes its first territory of Imperialism Challenge. And for the last matchup of the first day of Imperialism Challenge is going to be Washington State Cougars. And where will Washington State go? Because they can't really go north, they're going to go southeast. And southeast for Washington is going to be the Oregon Ducks. So this is going to be the first repeat team of the Imperialism Challenge, as Oregon has already played and taken some territory. Are they going to pick up more territory, or is Washington State going to upset Oregon and take their entire territory? We are back in Eugene, Oregon, as this time the Washington State Cougars are going to try to come into town and upset them. So do you think that's going to happen? I don't know, but I guess we'll see. And at halftime, Oregon is up 14-3, just like we all suspected would be happening. I think Oregon is about to pull away with this one. And all Oregon's going to have to do is take a couple of knees, as Washington State only has 1 timeout left. Oh, they're not even going to call a timeout. But as you can see, Washington State stormed back with 22 points in the fourth quarter. But they're not going to get it done, as Oregon is going to win 28-22. But that's 2 straight games where Oregon has barely won. So if they play somebody that's even anywhere better than Washington State and Oregon State, I don't know if they'll make it. But for now, Oregon is the only team to take over 2 total territories. So not bad for Oregon. And as you know, since Oregon did beat Washington State, they are going to take over their entire territory. And so now Oregon owns some of Washington as well as all of Oregon, because Washington State has been eliminated. And that is going to do it for this episode of the Imperialism Challenge, as we had a couple of games that were actually pretty good, and they all involved Oregon, as all the other games were kind of blowouts, as Boston College blew out UMass, Alabama blew out Auburn. So I mean, I think maybe next time, hopefully it'll be a little bit better. I mean, JMU got blown out as well. So yeah, but Oregon got 2 territories, even though they barely won both games. But they did. So Oregon is the king of imperialism right now. As you can see up the top left corner of the United States, they own all of Oregon and half of Washington. But that's going to do it for this game, or for this episode of the Imperialism Challenge Day 1. Day 2, we'll have the next 5 teams and see if it can be a little bit more fun, where more than just 2 games are actually close. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.